We want you to become a doctor, an engineer, a
Complete.
lawyer, one of those prestigious jobs.
If you're comfortable, you're doing something wrong.
You are paid to be uncomfortable.
In order to look good, you need to do something about it.
Do you believe that you look good?
The way you see it is the way you're gonna react to it.
Also, in my experience, a person's worst enemy is
Your own
themselves.
self. No one will ever support you the way that you can only support yourself.
I think that leadership comes easy.
If they give me an idea and I disagree, it's because I saw it before the way that I wanted.
Every wearable device, every machine now has an AI personal trainer. Aren't these going to replace all the personal trainers?
They cannot even be close to that.
Have you ever struggled to stay consistent yourself?
Yes.
Vanessa. Welcome to CoreShift, the show where we explore how technology and people are transforming the fitness industry from the inside out. I'm Tariq Munir, founder and CEO of Enhanced Fitness and Enhanced Tech. We operate the largest personal training network in the Middle East, and we power gym chains around the world with our software. At Enhance, we believe personal training is the heartbeat of every gym, and our mission is to make it scalable, profitable, and deeply human through technology. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. Vanessa, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tariq.
Tell us a bit about your education, the early start phase of your career.
Okay, I studied in Lebanon. I was actually in Lebanese university, which not anyone can go there, I would say, because we have a test that we need to do to get there. And there was actually more than 400 applicants. And 150 were female. And I managed actually to be second in the physical test. So that was actually a really good achievement. Yeah.
And you started in which sector exactly?
I did physical education and I studied also physiotherapy, but I didn't finish that, unfortunately. It was too boring for me.
How did you get into personal training?
This is a very good question. I would say I was very curious the whole time because I had a lot of activity going around. I started doing boxing, rugby, swimming, without actually thinking, what am I actually doing? It was just fun. And afterwards, I wanted to check why sometimes I am happy here, why am I tired in this exercise. So I wanted to dig deeper physically. Why am I enjoying this sports more than this sports? Any hike, any walking, this kind of stuff. And I noticed that the human body is actually something that will always, you cannot reach to a level that it's boring or it's not a trend anymore. We will always have human around us, so different ages, different types, and I would say also curiosity. So it was.
So you started realizing that the difference between one training and the other is actually respective to the human itself.
Yeah, correct. So I would say not only that, the different body types and the different things that you see in front of you, how come you are walking this distance and you are still okay, and how come you are walking the same distance and you are very tired? These type of question before you even study, and then you go deeper and check what's happening over there. You study, you train, you check the health, the background from early age, and goes all the way.
So what you're saying is that some people are built for high intensity training, some other people are built for strength training, and each body type needs to have a different training.
Can be, and it can start from somewhere again, and they can change later on, definitely. And it can be a hobby. Some people would like to do that, and some people would like to change and see what is high intensity, what is strength training. So again, it depends on what you're looking for. What drives you actually? Is it longevity? Is it actually for you to be healthy, to look good, to enjoy, to have fun? So it depends.
So initially you wanted to understand training for yourself, and then you started adapting the training. to the people that you were.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said, I started just as activities. I started swimming in very early age. I was 8 years old, and then later I'm like, okay, this is fun, this is aggressive, this is tiring, this is actually nice, I look good in this workout. So this is how it actually started. So yeah.
And do you remember the first training session you ever gave to somebody?
I do. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't an actual session. I was just doing that myself, and then it moved forward, and I noticed that, okay, I'm actually helping this person. I am correcting. And then from there, someone saw us. I was with my friend, and she was like, oh, okay, how did you actually manage to do that? What are you actually saying here? I was giving some notes. And yeah, it was bad. It was very bad, but it was fun.
So what was the motivation behind all of this? Why did you want to learn more about this specific trade?
Again, I would say I was very curious. I was asking a lot of questions all the time. Like, okay, how is that happening? Why is this feeling? And then some people around me started asking me, like, I know better. I would say, like I'm a doctor or something. They started to be like, I have pain in my neck, I have pain in my lower back. And then I started in my mind connecting, why can this happen in your lower back, for example, before studying. That was early age. And this is where I'm like, okay, I want to actually study this to give advices instead of walking around. And I think this is because you're sitting a lot, or this position makes sense that your lower back can hurt, So me asking a lot of questions and wondering made me go deeper.
I think curiosity is one of the best tools that any human can use in order to self-develop.
Correct.
Do you believe that your own curiosity led you into this path? And when was the turning point where you genuinely started realizing that that's what I'm supposed to do? That's really my calling.
In the start, I had it in the back of my head without even noticing. It was something driving me. As I had a dream to actually look good in a longer term, like when I'm actually older. And in order to look good, you need to do something about it beside your food, beside your training and activity. And so it started somewhere in the back of my head for sure. I don't know, of course, I was so young, until later you figure out that I was actually feeding this idea in my head and my conscience, and I was working toward it in order for it to be this big right now. Like the passion grew up very fast because I was actually feeding it. I was putting more discipline. I was putting more, again, some
self-awareness.
Effort. Exactly.
You were becoming more self-aware.
Completely right.
You're telling us you believe that you look good.
Yeah. You can tell me if that's right or not. I don't know.
So if we want to have one takeaway, curiosity plus self-awareness will lead into a career direction. And that's where you are today. Is that what you believe?
Yeah, definitely. I would say because the combination of both, with the motivation and with the discipline, with the continuous work toward one goal, can actually help you do that for sure. Definitely.
What were some of the tough moments that you went through on the self-awareness journey? Because we all fall through the cracks when we're really discovering who we are. So
exactly.
Give me an example of that.
The toughest one, I would say, I wanted to start doing IT, and I hated that, like really, like from my whole gut. And and then I think changing careers and telling your family that, okay, I would like to change, and out of nowhere wasting time, and why you will know actually what you needed. This is something that are you sure you want to take this risk? Like, you're wasting everything that you built just to do something that you like. It's fun, you enjoy it. How serious is that? So it was very questioning. Again, I'm talking, I was 17. Like,
we wanted to become a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer. What are those prestigious jobs?
You don't need a nice body for that.
Yeah, when you think about the society and what it brings to you in terms of preconceived perceptions. So I understand. So shifting gears a little bit, and saying, okay, you got the curiosity, you got the self-awareness, you're on a right career path. And then you decided to move to Abu Dhabi and become, a personal trainer with Enhance.
Yeah.
What happened then?
This is another challenge that I had to face and take decision on spot by myself. I'll tell you a little bit about what was happening there. I had my own studio back home, and I had my own people around me, I would say. And I wasn't actually sure that I would want to demote myself, let's say, because I had my own business.
You're a business owner.
Exactly. I had my own, everything was going around the way that I wanted, actually. The people that I like, I had a lot of people coming in and a good income, let's say, also. And the gym was very close to my house. There's nothing
comfort zone.
Exactly. There's nothing you would like more. But I like that you said comfort zone, because this is what I asked to myself. Like, if you're comfortable, you're doing something wrong. And if it's easy, you're doing something wrong. So this is why I'm like, this is the time to have a new challenge, even though it's, again, let's call it demotion. I'm going back to being a personal trainer. But I know and I believed back then that till now that there is a bigger potential that I can actually expand it, whether toward other people, other culture, and other trainers as well. It wasn't only about me and my clients. So, and they were the one who pushed me, actually. They were like, this is
So you
not
left your own business? You just
unfortunately.
walked away from it?
Yeah, unfortunate. Not only my business, my family, my country and everything. I had nothing literally from scratch, but this is how I knew I was on the right track, because it was difficult, it was tough. I had a lot of haters as well. So, yeah.
One of my good mentors told me once that you are paid to be uncomfortable.
Correct.
I didn't really assimilate that statement in the beginning, but then I realized that, a lot of people join businesses or companies with the idea of, the more comfortable I am, the better it is. In reality, a big part of the job is just,
Correct.
confrontations. And how do you feel about conflicts and resolution of conflicts?
A challenge, let's say, that you would actually need to face. And the more challenges you have, the more you are learning, and the more that you would actually know that you're not done yet. There is actually way more stuff that you need to know. And this is every day. Every day you need to face a new challenge. You need to face a new person in front of you that will come to you with a different story, different perspective, different expectation, whatever you were expecting from today to happen. And this what will actually make you, again, going back to whenever you have something new, either a challenge, a conflict, you will know that, okay, great, today's lesson. You take notes and you check your other boxes, another step to the ladder. So the way you see it is the way you're going to react to it. Either you're going to be like, why? Am I not done yet? Or you would actually be like, great, I'm actually one step ahead. So
fast track, you're now a team leader, you're responsible for a big number of trainers. Do you still train people yourself?
I do, yes. I have around 5 clients, not much. They are actually my friends now. But they're here and there. They understand that I cannot be as flexible as before. They have their fixed schedule, morning, of course, before I start seeing people. So I finish my session and then I start with my trainers and their clients.
So tell me about a conflict that you've had that has impacted your career decision making, and like a really tough point where you saw one way, somebody else saw the opposite way, and then you had to figure that out.
Yeah. Do you want a story with a client or with a trainer, or what?
Preferably with a trainer, because that would give us more context.
It always happens, for sure. Like we know there's a age difference, there is a community. Again, like we all have a different background, so it can happen a lot, and I would take full blame, because when this happened, I would take, again, the blame, and I would say that I misunderstood the person in front of me, for sure. So if they give me an idea and I disagree, it's because I saw it before the way that I wanted. I never change the perspective and see it from the way that they see it in order for me to move past it and just go forward with it.
So what you're trying to say is that it's usually a misconception or you seeing a different perspective than the person.
That's true. I'm going to give you an example at work that we have. For example, we're having a booking advance example. So we tell the trainer it's better for you to have a clear picture about your calendar, and the clients will actually know their schedule. This week I need to come on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have my sessions are booked ahead, and everything is clear. Whenever it's clear, it's better. It's easier. You reduce the cancellation. So this is how we are discussing it as well. So one trainer came to me and told me, I noticed that when I tell the client that I am free today at 8 p.m., they know they're going to come to the gym. Whether it's 8, whether it's 7, they have no other option. So it's better if I keep my calendar empty and I'm going to tell them, yalla, today, this is my time, and come. And I just lost it. Like, I am telling you, this is the way we should do it. You cannot come and tell me. You didn't understand me, So, and it's true. I really didn't understand. I didn't understand his client, the way he's approaching his people. So this is one of the things. So the way that I see it is that I didn't give an option to understand the person in front of me, maybe because I had to do this task, and this is how it's going to everybody else. Why would it change for one of the trainers?
But also leadership is about, discipline. So sometimes you have to enforce some level of discipline in order for you to get the best outcome or the best results from the people that are working with you.
Yeah.
So how do you balance discipline with empathy?
I wanted to jump in and say this is where empathy comes in, because if I wouldn't give a room for the trainers to actually express themselves and actually behave the way that they want to and give it a shot, see how it goes, they wouldn't be comfortable. They wouldn't be in a place for that long, actually. Since we opened the branch, I have trainers, they are still with me. So I would say the free expression, the way that they feel this is the way they need to handle the business and it's working. It doesn't work, they come for advice instead of, oh, she did tell me this is the way I should do it. I didn't. They have room to express, and then we can figure it out together. Either we change it together and then we share it to others. Okay, we tried this, let's give it a try. Or no, this is the way it's done, and that's it. So there's always room for ideas, definitely.
I want to go back and double click on one of the events you mentioned. So when you left your own studio, when you left Lebanon, did you perceive that as a failure or did you perceive it as an evolution?
Definitely at first I thought I failed. Definitely I don't have that strong mind. I went through a lot of tough time, I would say depression as well, because I was all alone, and on top of that I had people that didn't like me around me. So
who didn't like you?
My colleagues actually, they saw that who's this person coming from nowhere, or bubbly, jumping around, doesn't know anything, doesn't have a business, and yet she's happy. Like, how come?
But what about the people you left behind? What did they think?
They were the ones supporting me. They were the one telling me, you got this, there is no future in Lebanon, and which I didn't want to believe, because I'm a family person. I really wanted to stay next to my family, and I felt that I failed them as well by making a very selfish move. But at the same time, they were supporting me. They were really telling me that your potential is way bigger than Lebanon and here, because you hit the wall.
Sometimes you have to put your own oxygen mask in order for you to
just go. Correct. Again, as I mentioned before, I noticed that it became easy, so there's something wrong. I wanted a tough challenge, so yeah, I took it.
A lot of times people look at leadership and they think that leadership comes easy. And you just mentioned a little bit earlier that you went through a depression phase. How would you describe that phase, and why did you feel you were depressed?
Oof, that was a really dark time. I even resigned when I was in this phase, because everything went dark, and no one will ever support you the way that you can only support yourself. It's just a click in your mindset. You just need to change the way that you're looking at stuff. Instead of asking, why me, you should actually ask, what should I do better? Or what can I actually change? ask yourself this question in order to grow, not in order for you to break yourself down.
I remember we were sitting on the balcony. You said,
Yeah.
I'm going to resign.
Yeah.
And I said, over my dead body.
That's true. And thank you for that. That is the reason why I'm here today. So, yeah.
So what's your definition of success then? When do you arrive?
Never. Never. Success is just the road that you're gonna take. It's nothing specific. You're always learning to reach.
But a lot of people think that, you know, if I have the title, if I have more money, you know, I arrived. You know?
I disagree with that.
So tell me more. How is success the road?
It's just the way that you're gonna take. Either you take the road of failure, and I think we all have went through this road. Either you're gonna keep going, or you're just gonna maneuver and go back to the road of success. The road of success is always the learning, the new books, the experience, the people that you're gonna meet along this way. But it's a road. It's not.
So it's not the
point.
title and the money?
No, not even close. Not even. It's just the road. You can never have a title. Always have the same amount of money, but you're learning every day something new. You will never know the money that you have unless you don't have it. So why have it from the first place?
A lot of people think that, you know, when you're in a certain position or you're earning a certain level of money that, you know, why them? Why not me?
Yeah.
Why, you know, this is an overnight success. This is somebody who just made it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
In reality, experience has always taught me that all overnight success has been forged into a decade of training and learning before people actually get to see it. So
yeah.
What do you set in terms of expectations for yourself, and how often do you feel that you're meeting those expectations? And how often do you feel that you're falling short? You know, and also in my experience, a person's worst enemy is themselves, you know.
Yeah.
So tell me more about how you handle expectations and how do you deal with that?
I would say I change my expectation a lot of times, because again, you never know what you want unless you actually go there and you just check. Is that it? This is what I need? Is this what I'm actually looking for? So you should only have one thing to aim for, which is a better self than yourself yesterday. And that's it. You cannot put expectation on some quality or a title or around you, for people around you. Again, it's only against you. What were you yesterday, and what can you do at the moment with what you have? With what is it that you can actually do? Not in the future, or if yesterday I did this, it's gone. So what can you actually do today to make today great? And this is it. This is what the maximum expectation you should have. Because keep doing that day by day, you're definitely gonna get there. The earth doesn't have other option but to give you what you're looking for.
So, okay, let's say I'm a gym owner and I'm listening to this conversation. I'm like, oh, this is a little too deep for like personal training. You know, come on. Personal training is just a trade where, you know, you show up, you train some people, and it doesn't have to be that deep. What do you feel is deep about personal training, and how do you believe the industry is actually contributing to the economy, to people's health, to everything?
It's everything. As you just said, the minute that you have a connection with another person in front of you, this is everything, no matter what you are doing. So imagine you're actually doing something related to your health. This is even better. So you're actually helping this person physically, and they are getting to the level where we all notice that, and we spoke about it in many podcasts before, that the relation that you're going to build with this person in front of you is way deeper than just physical. It can actually go...
So let me stop you here for a second.
Go ahead.
I mean, everybody and their cousin is developing an AI personal trainer. You know, every wearable device, every machine, now has an AI personal trainer. Aren't these going to replace all the personal trainers?
They cannot even be close to that, because this is where I was getting. You can never build an empathy relationship with this person. They're never going to be emotion with these AI. No matter how much you're going to tell them what's happening, your stories, and they're going to say, hi, Tariq, like they know you personally, it's never going to be connected emotionally and go deeper to how
My
you
AI
actually
says
feel.
hi, Tariq,
I
every
know,
morning.
I know this to say. So yeah, does your AI know you're with me right now? So
It probably
cannot go
does.
there. I think, yeah. So yeah, again, it cannot be. There's no emotion involved. There's no blood, let's say, and heart. So
And how is emotion part of personal training?
it is on a level that you will see your PT probably more than you see your family, because you're actually gonna speak to this person because they don't know what is happening exactly in your life. So you can talk about a member or your work or anything, because they're never gonna tell anyone, because even if they do, doesn't mean anything. So they can actually relate to you while you can have free space to express yourself. Sweat and be in pain and everything all together.
So a lot of people believe that personal training is a side hustle. I go and find a real job, and then I train my friends and their cousins or their friends during my free time.
Side job.
Do you believe that that's really the nature of personal training, or do you believe that it's a career, that it's hard work? And if it is hard work, why is it hard work?
It is a hard work, because you can not be as successful as you think you can while you have another side job, because you need to put first your full energy towards the people around you, and then talking about program design, talking about knowing this person, a body type, how they are changing. Because let's say I have, as I mentioned, only 5 clients. These 5 clients, I need to change their program design every now and then, because their body is adapting differently now. If we are together for 2 years, and 2 years they are aging as well, so the training need to change as well. They're going through a phase, they are traveling, they are pregnant, maybe a lot of stuff can happen in one client. So imagine you're going to have a base of client. Definitely you're going to have to put your energy, your time,
But why can't you just do it from 9 to 5 and be done with it?
You can, but you're not going to be as successful, as I said, because it's not about training. It's way above that. It's all about how you're going to connect with this person.
But also a lot of people
retention.
train at 6 a.m. and a lot of people train at 6 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
So, we sometimes struggle with the onboarding of some trainers when we say you got to be there in the morning, and then you got to be there in the evening.
True.
And they're like, well,
How come?
how do I do my work-life balance? When do I have my own time to do my own stuff? So what do you tell trainers who come to you with, I want to be at the gym from 9 to 5, and that's what I want to do?
That's my everyday conversation. They have their own things. I understand. They wouldn't understand the person and the client unless they are actually there, because they would know that when the client actually asks to come early in the morning, they are dedicated. They are really looking for a certain discipline to change their lifestyle, to actually finish their workout and then start their day. So it's not going to be the same way that for this trainer to actually be like, okay, I'm just going to be here for the afternoon people. But the afternoon people are actually limited with their discipline, because they can be stuck with work, they can cancel their session. It's them that they are supposed to tell the client, okay, now it's about your lifestyle. This is about your discipline. In order for you to reach the goal that you told me you would like to reach, we have to have a discipline, a certain type of fixed program, a fixed schedule. So it's going to come from them facing this challenge that, okay, it's not going to work only working from this time to this time. I'm not going to be successful. I'm not going to reach my target, have this certain amount of session, or I'm going to have to balance and be flexible with their time in order to help them reach the schedule that they're looking for.
If you like what you're listening to so far, please click on subscribe, CoreShift, and make sure that you continue to watch the episodes in the future. Vanessa, I want to go back to the team management part. This is a critical part of every team leader's job. At Enhanced, we provide you with all these fancy dashboards where you could look at all the performance metrics, the analytics. You could understand the client's progress. You could understand, which trainer is doing their job really well, which trainer is falling short on meeting some of the targets. But that's just analytics and performance. Tell me about the actual team management. How much work does it get? Where is it really hard? And where do you find the core challenges? But I also want you to tell me the opposite spectrum, which is what are some of the wins you celebrate and how do you celebrate with your trainers when they feel like they've achieved what they needed to achieve?
This is the best part actually of my job. It's the toughest part because I would say nothing is harder to handle but people, because you will never, no matter how much you try, no matter how many people you meet, you're never going to be great with people and understanding what is happening. So I would say, the toughest part is understanding the person in front of you, what they are feeling, what's going on in their heads right now. So this is actually something that I have to deal every day. So when I'm saying good morning to my trainer, I need to know if the good morning was, or how are you today? I have great news, like it's gonna change day by day. It's different. They slept bad. They had a bad client in the morning. They didn't eat some of this stuff. So this is where I need to be neutral all the time, no matter what I'm going through, in order for them never to feel that I'm changing in their behalf. And the best wins is when I actually try to understand them and try to...
when you succeed to understand them.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but I would say work-wise, when I know that I did help them, I made them believe in themselves the same way that I believed in them, because I see potential more than they do, and before them even. So by the end of the journey, they come and tell me, you saw the potential in me way before I did in myself.
Over my dead body.
So yeah, like you did exactly again. Towards me.
I was going to say, you're stealing my lines here. What's happening?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the dashboards. How did they change your management style? What kind of information they provided you with? And how did they help you make better decisions in speaking to the trainers or doing the one-on-one reviews? Or give me an example.
I would say one thing, when the dashboard is updating, refreshing, and we have like half an hour without dashboard, I collapse. I don't know how to work without it right now, honestly. And I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I reached to the level that really I don't know how to start my day without checking my dashboard. Because this is how I know how to start the day. Like I can see a trainer that doesn't have a schedule today. This is where I directly contact them. Is everything okay? Are you off today? Are your clients okay? This is why no one is coming. Are they sick? Something is going on. You need to check it out. And the same way, if someone has a full schedule, okay, make sure you eat, you have your break today. I will go to them during the session just to break a little bit of time. I sit with the client, make sure they are okay, breathing, and then continue their session. So this is how I know what's happening with my day, because I know their schedule. And you mentioned one-on-one. This is something that we do by the end and the start of the month. We go through the performance, we go client by client. I'll be able to see what is happening with each hour, each client, each month, and they will have a clear picture about what to expect as well, have a small forecast. And they are business owners. They have their own business. They know what they are supposed to do, what they're going to deliver. Are they good this month? They need a little push. They can rest. They would have a clear picture as well. So, yeah.
So somebody told me that one of your key quotes is, I'm scared of my older self judging me.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
What would your older self judge you about?
If I am sitting down and not doing anything, this is where I can hear my older self.
So it's a fear of lack of self-fulfillment.
Yeah, I would say, because Vanessa now is already talking to Vanessa in her early age that, okay, you had some days, but look at you now. And I really want my older self to keep telling me.
So the Vanessa of the older or younger age used to say, I run away from challenges. I don't like confrontations and resolution of conflict. What does the Vanessa of today say?
I'm looking for I'm actually looking for these challenges because, as I said, I'm scared that my older self will be like, yeah, I told you so. So, yeah.
And you also believe that being successful is not letting down the people who trust you.
Correct.
Have you let
Yeah.
down people who trust you before?
I try not to. No, so far, thank God. I didn't let you down. So, so yeah.
Thank you for that. I'm very happy to see where you are
Pleasure's
today.
mine.
So
It's all because of you guys. Really, really. I wouldn't be
this is
here.
about you. It's not about us. So look, I think one of your key inspirations is the journey. And I look at a lot of the trainers that we have today, and it's always very satisfying to tell these people about, look, here's where Vanessa started. Here's where she is today.
Yeah.
We're all humans. Nobody's born a leader. Nobody's born, at the top of the mountain. And I'm glad that you're saying you don't even feel that you've reached any top of the mountain, that you're still on the way to climb.
Correct.
If you had to give some advice to people who are starting in their personal training journey, people who are motivated to, get that business going. Like you said, I love the fact that you called them business owners because, if you have 15 active clients, you
Correct.
actually own that business of the
Correct,
15
correct.
active clients.
Yeah, yeah.
What would be a piece of advice you can tell these ambitious trainers, these upcoming talent, on how to shape their future?
First, I will tell them not to think about the future. I would tell them to actually focus on where you are right now and what you have right now in order for you to be a better version of yourself. Keep asking yourself the question, what do I want? What is it that I can do better? Why is it like that? Ask every day. Wake up and ask yourself a lot of questions because you will never have answer if you don't have question. So whenever you ask, you will find a way. You will find your future, if you want to call it this way, and it's gonna come. Discipline is just the key. Keep doing what you do best and you will get there. There's no other option.
All right, so let me reframe this advice again. You're back to curiosity and self-awareness. That's what you're back to, because you're asking people to be curious about who they are and becoming self-aware. What if they don't have the tools to do that? What are some of the tools that you could bring to that advice to make it more actionable?
If they don't want to ask themselves, they can actually ask people around them. Ask someone they can rely on. It doesn't have to be their team leader. They can ask whoever they can trust, and they can see from there whether a book can actually help them, whether actually some podcasts, some movies maybe, some documentary. This is how they will know that, am I here? This is where I want to be. They will have whatever it takes in order for them to put themselves in these shoes and see what's happening, what's going on. I would say, yeah.
Okay, so speaking about books, speaking about podcasts or movies, what are some of the books or podcasts or movies that you have listened to and that you've recommended to people across your journey?
The book that actually got me out of my depression was The Power of Now. It was actually a really strong book because this book have some chapters that you need to apply. You have some activities that you need to go and do. And it's one of the most amazing things that I still do till today. And Atomic Habits, of course, definitely. Extreme Ownership, I got recommended. And some anatomic book, they help you still to outlive. It's very tough book though, but yeah, it's an amazing book. This book can actually help you with your brain. The cells can actually keep working. You're getting older, so yeah.
Start dancing a bit.
Maybe.
All right, so we come to our lightning round, or the rapid fire questions. Would you train for free if money wasn't an issue? Would you train people for free?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you think social media is ruining real fitness?
Yes, definitely. Same answer.
Do you believe mental strength matters more than physical strength?
They come together. They come together. They balance each other out.
Do you train even when you don't feel like it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do you think most people lie about how hard they actually work?
Unfortunately.
I designed all these questions to have a yes as an answer. Have you ever wanted to quit being a trainer?
No, never.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. This is your no.
Do you believe anyone can get in shape no matter who they are and what their shape is?
Of course. Yeah.
Have you ever struggled to stay consistent yourself?
Yes.
Did Atomic Habits help you?
A lot.
Do you think motivation is overrated?
A bit maybe. Discipline can take over. So the motivation can help you, but if you're not disciplined, it's nothing. So yeah.
I love it. Vanessa, this has been really, really nice.
Thank you so much.
I think the story just is insane. I mean, where you left off, how you kicked off with us, and where you are today with us. And I still believe that, it's the beginning of the journey for you.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
And I'm really grateful for you to come over here and be with us today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here actually with you. And thanks so much for this opportunity.
I'm hopeful that all the trainers will listen to this. And for those of you who like this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel in order to listen to Vanessa today and many other trainers and team leaders in the future. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.